Hey guys, and welcome back to Gold Rush. So, this is happening. Something that I seen on the loading screen that I was quite interested about is that apparently South Dakota and Nevada produce the most gold out of any of the American states. That's fucking nuts. Like I would have expected it was that Alaska would have generated a lot more gold than South Dakota or Nevada, but no, apparently not. Reason being is that whenever you see anything about gold mining, it's always Alaska. But I mean, they do have those like mega fucking bucket miner things. I forget the name of them. In Nevada, at least I've seen them in Nevada. I don't know what they look like in South Dakota. Where it's basically like the big fucking spinny motherfuckers. What was it, like a James Bond or something that showed you one of them in? Or I can't remember. But they just like chew through these massive swathes of land. And it's fucking nuts. Like actually knocking futs. Whee! I love seeing the little rocks just go whee! I don't know, it's kinda cool. Yeah, it's, I don't know, it's one of those things. It's like, I always thought that Alaska had the most, would have mined the most gold because that's what all these documentary shows and that focus on, but I'm guessing it's because it's not economical for them to mine gold in Alaska because, I don't know, getting shit up there, like getting fuel and all of that's a fucking nightmare, whereas they can just mine gold more efficiently in places you can actually get to that don't freeze over like 90% of the year. I mean, in Nevada, it's like you're going to be a year-long mining operation. You're not going to have to stop for winter. Fucking permafrost and junk. No, I just thought it was a bit weird. Like, I don't know, just preconceived notions, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm gonna find out where I can fucking mine gold in Scotland. Become a gold miner. You can't mine gold in Scotland. There was a news article, like one of those, you know how every now and then you get like a feel-good news story that you see to remind you that life's not as shit as everyone thinks it is. There was a story about a guy who in Scotland who spent, I think it was a year, panning for gold in one of the rivers of Scotland, and he collected enough gold to make an engagement ring and a wedding ring for his soon-to-be wife, which I thought was really nice. So he got the gold himself, and then got it made into a ring, or 2 rings. Which is kind of nice. However, the guy did come out and say, he's like, if I'd have worked, then, if I'd have worked those hours that I spent panning, then I'd have made more money than the wedding ring and the engagement ring. But the point was that he wanted to, get the gold himself because it meant more or some shit. But yeah, so my point is there is gold in Scotland. Oh my god, just... what the fuck is wrong with this? Just reverse. I don't know, there's always been something interesting about digging up gold. But I think I'll probably stick to YouTube videos. Although I would like to make a video of like using a digger or a JCB or... It doesn't need to be a JCB. I mean, if someone from Cat's watching. Funnily enough, I can't remember who it was I was talking to about this, but do you know that JCBs and Cats and stuff like that all work off of the same model or the same principle as razor blades and printers? So basically, they actually sell the I managed to get 2 diggers on the same claim. How very fucking interesting. I must have bugged and reset, but when it bugged, it was on the wrong claim. Oh, that's my other digger. Well then. Let's have a little explore of this claim while we're here. Fuck. Oh, fuck. That's gonna be a fucking nightmare. And this is the other wash plant. That's cool, so you drive up to here and dump it, or drive up the other side and dump it. And that's a claim. Well, fuck. I don't think I can actually drive that front loader out of here. The annoying thing is, if you see where we are in relation, I mean, I've been up here before, but... Wait. Ah, we're down at Rivertown. Yeah, so we're down here and we need to get all the way back to Old Arnold. Right, well, let's see if we can actually get out of this place. Problem is, I've never driven in here, so I don't know how you drive out. I'm guessing it's this way. Does that look right? Yeah. Well, these all logging tracks or something? Hopefully we can drive this out. Yeah, we can. Alright, well that was annoying, but at least we're on our way. Fuck's sake. Right, what way are we going? Okay, it looks like the houses of Camp Crystal Lake have not loaded in. Kinda wanted to head out to there. Can we move these? No. Oh, I knew this place would be dodgy, but I didn't think that it was that kind of dodgy. Alright, well that was odd. I can't even remember what I was talking about beforehand. Sticking to YouTube or something. Yeah, that I wasn't going to, I wasn't going to go into gold mining, I was just going to stick to YouTube. Oh yeah, about, yeah, so apparently these vehicles all run off the same principle as... That's lovely. The scenery, the actual scenery in this game is pretty fucking nice. We'll go out there and see that. I want the map. Right, I'm going the right way. Okay. So yeah, apparently they sell the vehicles at a loss, and apparently I'm just going off of what I heard. So take this with a grain of salt, or do your own research if you're really that interested in it. But yeah, apparently they. Oh shit, look at that fucking thing. Look, there's an excavator there. It's a big fucking excavator. Yeah, apparently they sell the vehicles at a loss, so there's a crane as well. Or at least a really poorly modelled one. They sell the vehicles at a loss, and then they charge an increased price for all the parts, so like the teeth and the buckets and the... they'll have like proprietary hydraulic hoses and stuff like that. So yeah, apparently that's the way they work. Oh, there's a dam. I know, it's pretty cool. Like, I can't believe how much of this has been modelled. It's crazy. They made like a full game world. I don't know, whenever I play games like this, you just kind of expect it to be half-arsed. I don't know. I think I've been burned by too many indie games. You expect there to be a lot of half-arsing on the go. But no, I'm pretty impressed by the amount of effort and attention to detail that's kind of went into creating these environments. I'll go right along here. I can't believe my fucking... I don't even say anything about it, but I can't believe my fucking truck decided it wanted to piss off. It didn't want to work the old Arnold parcel anymore, it wanted to go to the new one. Well no, because we still haven't got a full load out of this fucking parcel. I wonder what'd happen if I reset the truck now. I also can't believe I had two of them on the same parcel. That's nuts. I thought there was like safeguards to stop you doing that, but apparently not. Apparently you can only transport one to the other parcel. The thing is, I would have just transported this back, but then I would have had to run back, and I mean, I know this is slow, but it's still faster than running. Oh, that was a fucking trip. Ah. Anyway. Yeah, I do like the way that this has all been designed. You know what I fucking need though, and I'm waiting on it. I'm waiting on an MMO style game coming out where they add all these simulators together. I feel like they're going to get to that's the thing. It's like right now in games, especially simulator games, don't even dare. Alright, well, we're gonna have to risk it for a biscuit. There we go, thank God. So basically the evolution of simulator games is gonna be such that it'll get so realistic until they can only go so far with the realism on certain things. So like Farming Sim will only get so realistic and will only have so many, like, oh well, we've got this we've got this manufacturer's vehicle and that manufacturer's vehicle, until they're no longer putting anything new into the game, or there's no longer anything new that can go into the game, and like the graphics all look perfect, this, that, and next thing. And then that's when they're finally going to have to start implementing more gameplay features. So, I mean, for example, let's take a look at FIFA. So, FIFA, if you don't know what that is, it's a soccer game. So it's probably, I think it's like the best selling game in the world, even for, like, even in the States and things. Actually, I'm going to need numbers on that. I do think the FIFA is one of the best selling games in the world. I think it does outsell things like GTA and Call of Duty as well, but I'd need to check that. Regardless, let's take a look at FIFA. So, basically, the game, it gets criticised a lot because they release a new one every year, and it's pretty much the same game, but now, all of a sudden, they've got to the point where all the footballers pretty much look like the footballers. Don't get me wrong, there's still, it's not perfect like fucking like for like realism yet, but it's getting there. At least it's getting to the point where the current technology that we've got is lacking in that regard to make it like for like. So what they're having to do now is actually, see, there's two things. They can either more gameplay, but there's only really so much you can do with like a football game. So they've already incorporated football management into the game, which was done fucking years ago. But now they've started putting a story mode into FIFA. And it's like, the first thing that they've done was a thing called Be a Pro. So I used to play a lot of FIFA games back in the day. So the first thing they've done was Be a Pro, which was basically an RPG FIFA. So you make your character and your character skills up, etc, etc. And now they've kind of incorporated that into a story mode where you play as a guy called Alex Hunter and you go through a story mode. And the thing about that is that, yeah, okay, they've got this RPG element where you are leveling up your character and doing all of that sort of thing, but on top of that you've also got a story. So that's where they're innovating, and each new game is going to have a story. You can't really do that with simulation games. I mean, you can't go and put a fucking story into this. Well, you could, and I mean that would be fine and interesting, but you're always going to need like that sandbox mode, the same as what FIFA has. So I don't know, I feel like a lot of people are going to be like, no, Studio, please no. Don't make me play simulation games with others. And although I don't know, like Farming Sim on multiplayer is about 9 million times better than Farming Sim solo. But yeah, like, so I don't know. I see in the future we're going to be getting things where everything has got to the stage where there's not much more to do than start incorporating other things. So it's like we'll start seeing a multiplayer simulation game, for example, Farming Sim, where they're incorporating not only Farming Sim, but like American or Euro Truck Sim. They'll be incorporating like stuff like this, so that right now I'm sitting digging up all of this pay dirt or whatever and taking my gold to somewhere, and I need, for example, I get the money, I buy a new front loader, but I need the front loader transported here. So you open up a contract, EVE Online style, and be like, okay, I need this front loader transported to my mine, and then some Euro Truck Sim style player brings their truck over, grabs your trailer with the front loader on it, and brings the front loader to your mine, and you pay him. Like, I don't know, like that type of thing. You've got a farm that's earning cash and they need to transport their produce to somewhere to sell it, but instead of them doing it themselves, they hired someone to transport it. I don't know, I feel like the more of these integrated systems, but then I suppose it's like you start entering feature creep territory, and it's like, yeah, but we've got so many things. Once you start adding things, it's like, how do you get them all right? Which is why I feel like it's going to have to be a company that owns multiple IPs with all these different things. But I don't know. I like games that have got a lot of gameplay to them. Fuck, I don't even care. Like, I don't care for it being perfect graphics if you've got a lot of gameplay. I mean, look at things. Look at some roguelikes, or Cataclysm DDA is always the one that I go to for the amount of gameplay that's actually in that and the different things that you can do in that game. You can start with a shopping trolley and like add motors to it and engines and solar panels, and you can add solar panels to it and load of battery packs and an electric engine and drive around with a fucking laser gun attached to your shopping cart. It's like, it's just nuts. The game's fucking nuts, but it's ASCII art, so it looks like shit, or ASCII art, depending on how you pronounce it. So it looks like shit. And I know I'm going to get people in the comments like, oh my god, what do you mean it looks like shit? You just have to use your... Yeah, I understand. Like, I did grow up playing fucking muds. Come on. But yeah, it's like, the amount of gameplay in that game is fucking nuts. The stuff that you can do is crazy. So, I don't know, I'm just a sucker for things like that, and I hope to see a lot more of that in the future, where we stop getting these very shallow games that just look good, and we start getting games with an incredible amount of depth coming through. But one can only hope. But unfortunately, that is all we've got time for in this episode, so as always, thanks a lot for watching. I've been Steve, you've been awesome. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.